Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another breaking news video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments. And today's video is in regards to West Ham forward Mohammed Kudus, who's obviously set to leave the Hammers this summer. Chelsea interested, Tottenham interested. But we had big bomber from David Ornstein last night that Mohammed Kudus is prioritising a move to Spurs if he leaves West Ham this summer. Absolutely mad. This last night from 10:30 from David Ornstein. West Ham have tonight received an offer from Spurs to sign Kudus. Bid worth 50 million turned down, but direct club-to-club talks continue. The 24-year-old Ghana international is prioritising Tottenham. Sickening hearing those words. Prioritising Tottenham. If he exits West Ham, and personal terms are going to be no issue. Now, in the article, it says Kudus is prioritising leaving Spurs, going to Spurs. The forward has remained on Chelsea's radar after they stalled on completing a deal to bring him to Stamford Bridge from Ajax in 2023. Spurs keen to add a forward. Yep. We know all that. So it's all just pad and waffle there. The main gist of it is in the tweet. So, I mean, Ornstein's obviously one of the GOATs. But this goes against everything else we've kind of heard. Now, we know that Mo Kudus is on Chelsea's radar. We know that Chelsea like Kudus. We know that someone's got to be sold, really, to make space for Kudus in the squad. And that player is going to be Noni Madueke. And Madueke to Arsenal is really, in my opinion, now just a matter of time. Personal terms are agreed and club-to-club talks will begin. And that will probably get sorted out, which then creates the space for Kudus. And Spurs are probably thinking, shit, if Chelsea get their shit together, we need to move fast because we will miss out on Kudus if Chelsea come to the table whilst we are still at the table if we don't close this deal fast. But, you know, we've heard that West Ham don't want to sell to Tottenham. We hear that West Ham would prefer to sell to Chelsea. We hear that West Ham believe that Chelsea will make a better offer than Spurs for Kudus. But then Ornstein comes out and says the complete opposite. So it's a bit of a curveball. Now, I wonder whether, yes, Kudus is on Chelsea's radar, but are we really in for Kudus like that? Are we serious for Kudus? Is he the number one target, quote unquote, to come in and replace Noni Madueke? Is that what we're looking to do? Are we maybe turning our attentions to try and convince Ethan Nwaneri to come in and replace Madueke in the squad? Do we need a replacement for Madueke in the squad? I personally think we do, but some people might think we don't. But the fact that Kudus seems to be prioritising a move to Tottenham if he leaves West Ham, it's just a strange one. It's just a real strange one for me that I don't quite understand. And the only reason I can think for it is that we're not really in for Kudus like that. Or, again, you know, he's going to play more football at Spurs. You know, he's going to be a nailed-on starter and probably, you know, a key figure there. Whereas at Chelsea, yeah, he'd play a lot, but he's not going to be like the main man. At Spurs, he'll pretty much be the main man. So that part of it probably comes into his thinking a little bit as well. Yes, he's got Champions League football, but that's going to be for one season. Let's be real. Spurs aren't going to be a regular Champions League club over the next few years, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's an odd one, that. And then, you know, we've got a little update from Romano on it. Tottenham are set to bid again for Mo Kudus next week as players keen on joining Spurs. Chelsea have been in touch with Kudus' camp with more clubs also interested, but Spurs want to accelerate. Frank's already approved Kudus as a key target. It's now or never, I think, for Chelsea, because I honestly believe now the first bid's gone in, club-to-club talks are continuing. This is a deal that is probably, one way or another, whether this goes in Chelsea's favour or not, this is going to be a deal, guys, that I think will be wrapped up next week. Things are accelerating. Things are moving fast. Spurs haven't spent any money yet. And this is their key target, and they want to bring him in. So they're moving fast before any other clubs, you know, come in and start getting serious. Because they know that if other clubs come in and start getting serious, they'll miss out. But, I mean, you sell Madueke, right? As I said, I don't have an issue with that. But you need to bring in Mo Kudus to make that all right. Now, if you sell Madueke and you don't bring in Kudus, then that's leaving questions. Well, who do you bring in? Because yes, we like Wanyeri, but again, I get the feeling that maybe he's using Chelsea, using other clubs as a bit of a yardage to get myself a better contract at Arsenal. I know Wanyeri's thinking about game time at Arsenal. I don't see how he gets much more game time at Arsenal than at Chelsea than he does at Arsenal. He's not going to get considerably more game time at Chelsea. So it's a strange one. I honestly thought, look, by the way, this doesn't mean that we can't get Kudus. This doesn't mean that we can't do a hijacking situation. We saw what happened with Willian. Willian done his medical at Tottenham. It's not over until they're holding up the shirt. However, we are in a situation now where we do genuinely seem to be behind Spurs in the race for Kudus. They're advancing. And it would be a shame to see a player of Kudus' quality go to Tottenham. We could definitely do with him in our team. Playing off the right also could be an option as centrally for Cole Palmer as a bit of a rotation. But then you look at João Pedro, you look at Kudus, and they're I suppose they're similar in a sense that they can cover multiple positions across the front. Are Chelsea looking for two players to do that in the team? Or would Kudus be coming in as a right winger and he'll be competing with Pedro Neto, competing with Esteban Willian? Maybe that's how Chelsea would be looking at it. But are we really going to go and spend £50 to £60 million on 3 forwards this summer? Maybe Chelsea are. Maybe that is what we're going to look to do. But as far as I'm concerned with Kudus, we're behind. We are behind right now. There's no denying that. Absolutely no denying it. And Spurs are moving fast, and they're looking to get a big move on here. They are looking to get a big move on. I think with Madueke basically gone now, if we want Kudus, now's the time to get our arse in gear and start accelerating this here, getting a bid in, speaking more to his camp, doing whatever it is that we need to do. Kudus is fantastic. He's such an elite level ball carrier, great ball retention. He's got match-winning qualities. Dribbling's really good as well. He's a threat with his long-range shooting. He'd be a brilliant asset to this team, and he is a clear upgrade on Noni Madueke in this squad. So yeah, please come on, guys. Let's not let Tottenham have a free run at Mohammed Kudus. We're better than this. We need to go in there and save this lad's career from austerity. We need to go in there. Look, Mo, come to West London. This is what we can do for you. We can offer you trophies. We can offer you European football. We can offer you a place in a really exciting up-and-coming team. You don't want to go and retire from winning trophies in North London just to be a main guy. Come on, brother. In you come. We've got to save this guy. We've got to save this guy. But right now, and things change very quickly in football, but as we are talking and recording in this video, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for us. So, Chelsea, come on, guys. Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, whoever it is that is leading these negotiations. Lads, let's put our foot on the gas and let's get it moving. But right now, Mohammed Kudus, according to David Ornstein, prioritising Tottenham if he leaves West Ham. First bid's gone in. I think 55 plus 5, similar to the João Pedro deal, will get it done. Guys, get that money on the table. Let's do it. Let's do business, and let's make Mohammed Kudus a blue. But yeah, I expect there's going to be a lot more developments in this transfer saga. So let's wait and see how it unfolds over the coming days and weeks. But that's my thoughts on it. Make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here. Leave your thoughts in the comments as always. And I'll catch you lot again in another one soon. Up the Chelsea, and I'm out. Peace.